Hello everyone and welcome to another timeless video. So I've been missing in action for quite a bit. I was pretty sick and I am still sick, but I want to say maybe like give it 1 or 2 days I'm fully recovered. I'm under medication at the moment, so if you see me making a mistake, my head is a little bit disoriented at the moment. So excuses out of the way. Let's talk about this deck. Because we got some really cool things going on here. So this is a deck with Magda the Horde Master. So I haven't played with this card yet, so this is going to be my first time playing with this card, and this deck is going to be a build around with this card in mind. So whenever you commit a crime, meaning targeting opponents, anything they control, and or cards in their graveyard is a crime. So when you commit a crime, you create a treasure token that is tapped. However, this ability triggers only once each turn, so you want to make sure you commit a crime on your turn and you commit a crime on opponent's turn to fully maximize this. And once you have 3 treasures, then you can sacrifice the 3 treasures in making a 4/4 creature token with flying and haste, which is going to be the plan here. So how do we commit a crime in this deck? We have 4 copies of Deathray Shamans. Whenever you target your opponent's graveyard, that is also considered a crime, so Deathray Shaman is going to get a lot of value. And we have a copy of a Scrabbling Claws, and 2 more copies in the sideboard. We're not going to be playing too many Scrabbling Claws in the main, just because we already do that with Deathray Shaman. And another way to commit a crime is with Mishra's Bauble. If you target your opponent, you commit a crime. Orcish Bowmaster also commits crime when you target your opponent. But there's a lot of ways of committing a crime in this deck. But the card that I actually want to talk about is a new card from the Alchemy set called Grave Expectations. So this is a new card. It has a new keyword Heist. So you can choose one. It's at an instant speed or just 1 black mana. You can heist target opponent's library, or you can exile up to 3 target cards from your opponent's graveyard and you gain 3 life. So whichever mode that you choose, you're going to commit a crime. But if you heist, it basically means that you get to look at 3 random cards opponent has in their deck, exile one of them face down, and you may cast that card for as long as it remains exiled. And you may spend mana as though it were mana of any type to cast that spell. So why is this card good? 1, it is an instant speed spell. So if you have Magda on the battlefield, you can play this on opponent's turn, which will create an additional treasure token. But this is also something that you can play in a Loris deck. So if you heist, and then let's say you find a planeswalker, such as Oko or Minx Gambu, you could play that, even though you're playing Loris. But there's a lot of potential with this card. I kind of treat this card as similar to a Brainstorm in a sense. You get to look 3 cards, and you get to choose what you want to keep. But at the same time, you are committing a crime, which is the main point with this card. And lastly, there is actually another synergy with this card, and that is with Impetus Lootmonger, which is another card from the new Alchemy set. So this is a 2-mana 2/2 with First Strike. Whenever this enters the battlefield, you discard a card, then heist their opponent's library. Whenever you cast a spell you don't own, you create a treasure token. So if you heisted before using the Grave Expectation, with the Lootmonger, it creates a treasure token whenever you cast a card that you heisted. Not only that, it does have extra synergy with the Ragavan, right? So if Ragavan steals a card, that is a card that you don't own, so Impetus Lootmonger is going to generate a treasure token. And what do you do with that treasure token that you generated with Ragavan and the Lootmonger? You use Magda to create a 4/4 with flying and haste and hit your opponent for a lot of damage. So I don't know if this deck is actually good, but it looks certainly fun. I'm pretty excited to try this deck out. So having said that, I'm going to be hopping over to some Timeless Plus 3 to show you guys how the deck does. So let's hop on over. Okay. I'm sensing Omnitel. I am sensing Omnitel here. Yup. It's exactly what it is. I'll go Magda into Grave. It's not. Interesting. Underground mortuary into an archives trap. Very interesting. Yeah, very interesting. A bowmaster. I'll take it. I'll take the bowmaster. This is pretty sick. I get to bowmaster twice? Drown, yep. It seems like they have a brainstorm. I could save this bowmaster for that occasion. They're looking at my graveyard very, very hard. Seems like they don't. I guess I should still do this. Do it like this. I mean, this is... We're dealing so much damage. $13 cards remaining. Actually, is it better to go 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? It's still not enough. Yeah, it's not enough. Even with the rushed Magda dragon. Very close game. Super close game. Obviously, I'm not casting a brainstorm when they're a mill deck. 12 cards remaining. 12 cards remaining. Uro! What the... Check this out. Magda, yep. Nice. Yeah, that Dry Shaman's very nice. So they play Uro. Should I play the Scrabbling Claws? I wonder. Instead of an Unholy Heat, just have Scrabbling Claws. I could also have some Surgicals as well. Yep, Surgical. What do we take out though? Maybe we don't need Scrabbling Claws against this matchup? Do we even need it? I mean, we're bringing some Surgicals, so maybe not. Yeah, that's the strength of this deck. You never know what you're gonna get. You never know what you're gonna get. Ruin Crab. That's pretty annoying. Wow. I guess I have to grab the Ruin Crab. Like, wow. Let's see what they're gonna draw next. A Field of Ruin. What am I more worried about? Like, the Archive Trap's gonna happen for sure. Right? I should just get rid of it. Yeah, so I did that sequence wrong because I should have done surgical first and then look at their top of deck. My mind's a little bit disoriented right now because I am on a little bit of meds at the moment. Okay, sure. Oh, this is gonna happen no matter what. I need a way to get rid of that ruin crab. Ah, that sucks. I was trying to Orcish Bowmaster after the Magda, so I can get the additional trigger from the Magda. So we got 2 lightning bolts left for this ruin crab. Yeah, I'm actually glad they're doing this and not the Orcish Bowmaster. Well, they see my hand now, so we'll see. No, the lightning bolt was on top. Are you kidding me? You're kidding me. You are joking me. I don't think we ever cracked this polluted delta now. Uro. Uro. They're actually gonna get value out of that Uro, by the way. Which is sick. Which is absolutely sick. Wombo combo? We might be able to get there before the Uro comes down, honestly, because they have a Field of Ruin. Oh my god, they actually just drew that. They actually drew another land. So they go to 9 if they play Uro. And then they go to 7. Do they get the trigger if I decline? I'm curious. What happens then? Maybe they don't. Maybe they don't. Veil of Summer. I should have just attacked. Whoops. Might have caused us to lose the game. Block, destroy this. They take 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, they still die. Okay, minor missteps. Minor missteps. But yeah, that was actually pretty sick. Okay. Okay. Got some removals. Got double Impetus Lootmonger. Let's see what they got. A Thoughtseize. I'll take a Kozilek. Thank you very much. I could just play out this this card here. I feel like I should just play this card out. I'll take a shaman, please. What a card? We're just playing opponent's deck. To be fair, these are all cards that I would play in my deck as well. Jet Collector. So I can get rid of a Jar Soul. The Fable is pretty annoying, actually. I think I should play out the Deathray Shaman and just attack. This is so stupid. This is so stupid. What a card. Should I be playing 4 copies of this? Like, I feel like I should be playing 4 copies of this. Isn't this card the nuts? Yeah, we got rid of Jar Soul, which is good. Let us discard another land. Tarmogoyf. Tarmogoyf. Wait, actually, Orcish Bowmaster might be pretty necessary against these fables, actually. Insane. Black. Play out the Bowmaster. Create 2 treasures. Kill the Shaman. I'm gonna save this for, well, if you put it that way, I guess I'm just using it now. I'll take another bolt. Thank you very much. What a, what a card! What a card. Wow. I mean, they must be desperate to do this. My opponent's deck is actually... They have less Bowmasters, less Shamans at the moment. Kind of impressive. Isn't it? Isn't this card impressive? I feel like I need to play 4 copies of this. But I mean, it is technically like you're discarding a card. Then it's like, it actually gets worse. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It does get worse the more you put in because you have to discard a card. So it's kind of like Seasoned Pyro in a sense. Like I think maximum is 3, right? Do I even sideboard? Maybe like Minx Gimbu. That's about it, right? Minx Gimbu. Ragavan's gonna be bad in this matchup. Let's have another Unholy Heat. Or I could have a Scrabbling Claws. Let's just have another Unholy Heat. Actually, they have a Jet Collector, so maybe I should have actually brought the Scrabbling Claws. Yeah. Yeah, that might have actually been a mistake. Grave Expectation. Swamp and the Thoughtseize. What do you take? Not taking... Wow, okay. They actually took out the right card because we drew into a Scrabbling Claws, right? Interestingly enough. I think we just flash in our Orcish Bowmaster and call it a day, right? Let's actually do this. Play our Mishra's Bauble. Let's put a stop on their upkeep. Okay, well, then I'll just do it now. Let's let them surveil. They kept the card on top. It's a shaman. Okay. Let's pass. Get another land. Grave Expectation. A Thoughtseize. Or a Fatal Push. I guess Thoughtseize is the card that I want to get. So we can turn on Dragon Ray Channeler here. Grab this thing. Magda. What a card. So obviously playing Magda first into a Thoughtseize is the ideal scenario, but we can't do that obviously because they might have a removal spell. Okay, they don't. My opponent does not have one. Fable? How much do I care about the Fable? I mean, these two are all great cards, so I have to get rid of them. And I'll just play out our Magda here. Set it up. It's probably just a reflection of Kikijiki coming down here. They're probably gonna save the other 2 mana for the Bowmaster. Right. I'll probably Bolt. Ooh. Is this card better than the Dragon? I think we just play out our entire hand. One, yeah, this one, this one, this one. And we'll, get... Actually... Yeah. Unholy Heat, yup. And we pass. I do think I am going to flash in this Orcish Bowmaster here. Because I want to make them spend 2 mana. Do I? Do I want to do that? If I flash in, they flash in 2. And then they attack with the Goblin Shaman. But if they attack with a Shaman, then the Channeler can block and they don't have a Bowmaster. Seems okay. I think it's a good trade. Opponent, you have a Orcish Bowmaster. Do you not? You do have an Orcish Bowmaster, do you not? They're gonna get a Shaman back? Sure. Sure. I guess I am just going to kill you now? Oh, yep, I'll keep that. I could make, I don't know. Is making another 4/4 flyer better than just playing out this Monger? I guess if I get, like, a 1-mana card, I can make a treasure? Nice. Nice. What is this? That was so nasty. That was so nasty. Okay. Blooded Strand and pass. I think I might just go Ragavan instantly. When you see a Blooded Strand, insta Ragavan. Is this Omnitel? Seems like it. They also topped it. And we'll see what this is. The Rainstorm? I kind of want a Grave Expectation. Maybe like it'll thin out their deck. Okay, so they do have that. Let's take the Show and Tell so they can't use it. They have one less Show and Tell to work with in their deck, which is great. We have way too many creatures, which is not great. Wait, you have a Fatal Push in your... Wow. That's unexpected. Yeah, that's unexpected. Okay. Let's do that again. Opponent's missing a Show and Tell. We did steal one of them. If we can steal another one, we steal an Omniscience. Wow. We steal an Omniscience. The 2 pieces gone. 2 pieces gone. They cracked the Flooded Strand. Edge Mace. Yep. Opponent keeps it on top. Must be something nice. Probably a part of the combo piece. And they have a Dig Through Time. It auto taps so that the Boseiju is left. Maybe they have a Veil of Summer. And we keep drawing lands. Yeah, very unfortunate. 4. There's not enough cars in the yard. But this is probably for the better. Ah, they found it. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. Okay. Well, we know what to do. 4 rolling vortexes. We want more scrabblings and surgical. That is a plan. How do we sideboard though? How do we sideboard? I think this has to go. Is this even that great? I think Death Ray Shaman should be enough. Better yet, I think I'm actually going to sideboard all of them out. And I'll probably go down on a copy of Mishra's Bauble. Oh, man. Maybe I can find a Brainstorm. I'm doing this now because Dig Through Time is interesting. Atroxa? Yeah, I think I just take the Dig Through Time. Island cycling? Do I have an island in this deck? I don't, right? Also, that doesn't work, huh? Yeah, we might be dead. We might be dead. They found a Veil of Summer. They just used the breeding pool, shock that in. We'll just go Magda here. Rip Rolling Vortex. I guess I'll just grab another Rolling Vortex. I wonder if I should just play the Rolling Vortex because opponent has a lot of discard spells. Yeah, maybe. But they refused to do it, so they didn't find it, right? I'll do it like this. Then I'll do a Grave Expectation. This because this is a Veil of Summer, right? And I'm gonna Grave Expectation before they draw. So I'm gonna do it now. Okay, so I'm gonna take their Omniscience away. Does this target? Wow. Kind of crazy. Boop, boop, boop. Attack all. Very nice. We go to game 3. Let's see. I wonder. I do really want to play this card. Because, like, it ruins their plan. Yeah, I don't know. There's just so many good cards. I'm also hesitant to remove the Unholy Heat. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Maybe it's like... I'm gonna try it like this. 3 and 1. It's not like their deck actually draws a lot. It's just Brainstorm, right? Okay, nice. Nice. They topped it? Okay, they have a lot of Veil of Summers, don't they? Opponent has a lot of Veil of Summers. I'm actually just going to play Shaman and a Ragavan. Probably just gonna draw a card with the Veil of Summer. They shock it in. That is so good. Okay, so we have a protection against, and they're about to draw a Lauren Revealed. We can't stop this, right? We can't stop this. Because they have Veil of Summer. I mean, I guess I do just create a really large guy. Maybe that's actually really good. Yeah. I should have pinged the Deathrise Shaman. I don't think it's gonna matter too much. Boom, boom, boom. And we'll play the Shaman. Okay, potentially final turn. We're pretty close to winning. They get back a show and tell. Okay. Attack with everything. Wait. You don't have a way to draw the card? I thought that's what they were gonna do for sure. Okay. I guess this is game over then. I guess this is game over. Yeah, I thought for sure they were gonna draw a card. Because we had a Ragavan. Okay, testing this deck was incredibly difficult. Testing this deck was very, very hard. So, things to mention. A lot of annoying cards here. The Grave Expectation, actually pretty sick. Obviously, heisting target opponent's library is pretty nice because not only do you get to choose from 3 random cards, and they're all non-lands, but opponent doesn't know what you take. And that card, when you steal that card, that means that that's -1 card in their deck. So, like, for example, if you're playing against a combo deck and you steal one of those like show and tells, things like that, and they're expecting like, why am I not drawing show and tell? And that's because you Grave Expectations, you've heisted some of their combo pieces, so you might never draw into them. You basically lower the chance. So it has that aspect, but when you're playing a Loris deck and you Grave Expectation, you can even play things like Ming Skembu, things like that. So it opens up a lot of doors if you play it in a Loris deck. So that's actually pretty sick. And like, depending on the situation, right? Do you need a removal spell at the time? Do you need a creature? If opponent's about to draw a bunch of cards, do you need an Orcish Bowmaster? It opens up a lot of doors when you play something like Grave Expectation. So you can kind of treat the Grave Expectations as 1 mana draw card, but you get to pick from 3 cards. So the card that I want to compare it to is a Sleight of Hand, except it is, you get to look at 3 cards and you put one of them into the exile. So this is a pretty sick card, and it's an instant speed, so it synergizes very well with Magda. So you play Magda, you create a treasure token on your turn. By the way, this only triggers once per turn, so you have to make use of that knowledge. You commit a crime on your turn, and then you commit a crime on opponent's turn. So this being an instant speed card is hilariously good. And sometimes like even exiling 3 target cards from the graveyard, even though you have 2 copies of Scrabbling Claws and 4 copies of Deathray Shaman, if that's not enough graveyard hate, you also have Grave Expectations to get rid of 3 cards as well from opponent's graveyard. And not to mention, you also gain 3 life. So this card is very good. Scrabbling Claws, not very necessary, honestly. It's alright because it synergizes with Dragonray Channeler, and this being an artifact. But it's not too necessary because you have Deathray Shaman to commit a crime. But it's sometimes nice because if you have to use if you have to target land card from opponent's graveyard, so you can play a card this turn, so that Scrabbling Claws can get rid of a card from opponent's turn. So you just want to maximize Magda as much as possible. And even without Magda, the Grave Expectation can sometimes get there if you pick the right cards from opponent's deck. So yeah, this is a pretty nice synergy right here. This is basically the deck. Honestly, the left side is, it can be whatever. This is the cards that you want. Impetus, Lootmonger, having played with the card, it's so good. So this is a card that during the game I actually compared it to Seasoned Pyromancer. Here it is. You generally want to play this when you don't have a card. So naturally, if you play a deck and you want to slot in some Seasoned Pyros, a lot of the decks don't go over like 2 Seasoned Pyros or 3 Seasoned Pyros. You never want to go like 4 Seasoned Pyros because you could draw like 2 Seasoned Pyros in your hand and you have a clunky hand because you have to discard the Seasoned Pyro if you play the other Seasoned Pyro. So this is kind of similar in vein. If you play this card when you don't have any card in your hand, you don't have to discard a card, but you still get to heist. So if you have multiple Lootmonger in your hand, then it could get a little bit clunky. This card is sick because not only does it synergizes with Magda, but it double dips the synergy because it also creates a treasure if you cast the Heist card. And then if you make a treasure, Magda can make those treasures into a 4/4. There's another synergy here with Ragavan. Yeah, Ragavan does generate a treasure for Magda, but Ragavan also steals a card, right? And what happens if you steal a card and then you play it? Whenever you cast a spell you don't own, you create a treasure. So you also have a synergy here. I'm not playing 4 copies of Ragavan just because it is technically pretty bad against the Orcish Bowmaster, but if you really want to go all in on this committing a crime and heisting, you could go up to 4 copies of Ragavan, and even might be just better to go down on Scrabbling Claws, honestly. In the deck list below, I'll probably go down on Scrabbling Claws, and I'll have 4 copies of Ragavan instead, because I think that's just part of the theme. I think that's for the better. Yeah, so this is the package that you want. Left side can be anything. I guess you can't really get rid of Mishra's Bauble because of Dragon Rage Channeler. And I guess you can't get rid of a Lightning Bolt. I don't think you need a Thoughtseize, but if you're playing best of 1, you might have to. Yeah, I think this deck is really cool. So yeah, I'm very happy with how the deck turned out. I think it's still a bit of a meme, but you know what? It was really fun, so who cares? So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Bye-bye.